Last week on A News, we were showing you just how bad traffic has gotten in the capital region. The snarl every morning and afternoon and middle of the day in some parts. This week, BC Transit is asking for your input in the hope of ironing out a solution. Last night, we showed you some of the Las Vegas-style rapid buses that the company's testing for about a month. Others say, however, that BC Transit should put the brakes on the bus in favor of light rail in the region. Shachi Curl has the story.
A little bit of Las Vegas bus bling to add some sizzle to Greater Victoria's transit situation. It's a so-called rapid bus, part of a fleet of vehicles on loan to BC Transit for a month. This week, the bus company is asking for public input on the type of transit people on the South Island want to see and where they want to see it.
I look at the Canada line in Vancouver. It's a fantastic example of what can be done. I think people really appreciate what was done there.
It looks really cool, and I'm looking forward to riding it if it comes around Victoria.
Premier Gordon Campbell, whose government is paying for a chunk of the South Island's transit overhaul, has his preference.
We need to get the rapid bus launched in the Capital Regional District, and we're going to significantly expand public transit options in other regional centres.
And while the provincial government may be prepared to pay for rapid buses in an effort to nudge people out of their cars and onto public transit, some critics say it's the wrong technology. They accuse the Campbell government of trying to cheap out on spending for South Island transit.
If I get on a bus, I don't know where it's going and where it's going to stop.
Victoria City Councillor John Luton says if taxpayers and government are going to shell out tens of millions for transit, it shouldn't be for this, but for this. Urban light rail, the kind that's been running in Portland for 23 years. More expensive, but Luton says more space and more long-term stability too.
You can attract development and community and density around a rail system a lot more effectively than you can with a bus system.
But the Premier's transit plan for BC, one that includes new highways and SkyTrain extensions on the mainland, only mentions buses for the island. That's got the opposition NDP accusing Campbell of neglect.
The Premier focuses all of his capital attention and big piles of money on Vancouver, very little here for the South Island.
It raised hopes before the election with a feasibility study for commuter rail on the ENN line. The verdict, too expensive. And it may well be the only thing the province is willing to gamble on here are these Vegas-style buses. In Victoria, Shachi Curl, A News.